Welcome to our new podcast. I have to change up a lot of stuff on here before we make it official with thumbnails and introductions and stuff like that. But I was so eager to get it started, I could not wait and talk about this topic. And I'm sure a lot of fathers out there will agree with me. Uh, I'm not going through a situation like this at the moment, but I've been through it and I can relate. And brothers, I'm on your side. I am completely on your side and I'm riding with you. If you're going through it, if you've been through it, or you know somebody that's going through it, we're here. And that topic is the fact that a lot of us fathers have been, to me, illegally removed from our child's life at a very young age. I thought the I thought the logic of having a kid was it was both of you all's. It's just not the mother's kid. And if you're a mother that has nothing to do with this and no dog in the fight, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you whatsoever. Continue on your journey and continue to be a good mother. Um, I'm talking to the ones that that just blatantly remove a dad from his child's life just because things didn't go well in his life. Things changed. Things didn't go well with you and the father. Things didn't go well with you and the father, and he's moved on to somebody or somebody else. But you feel as though it's okay for you to withhold his parenting rights and not privileges, but his parenting rights and duties from him. That's not fair, bro. That's not fair, man. That's not fair whatsoever. I don't care what planet you're on. If you thinking that's fair, something is wrong with you and you need your head examined because it's not cool at all. Um, I want to get into a few, what's the word I want to use? Mad problems or, the demographic of this thing because it was something that intrigued me and it's something that bothers me to this day, even though I don't have to pay child support or nothing or anything like that these days. I was going through some things and I seen that the most underrated demographic is the single Black father. That's crazy because personally, I wasn't aware that it was a lot of us, but I looked deeper and I noticed that there are a lot of them. I think it's like 1.5, 1.6 million fathers that have custody of their young kids. In the no disrespect, but in the white community, the demographic is a little bit bigger. I think it's about like close to 20%. And and the rest of it is stepdaddies and stuff like that, and mothers that have, the kids. But here's my question: mothers, uh, why do you feel like it's okay for you to hold responsibility of their kid, of the kids? All the responsibility is on you. I want to know why you feel that way. Because to me, it seems like a check grab after you and the man, departed ways. I'm gonna read a couple of things while we're going on. So I will give a lot of love to all of the fathers who have manned up and took responsibility of their kids, but are they taking responsibility or are they having to go through hell to get rights to responsibility of taking care of their kids? I, for one, have been in that situation before. Single parents or fathers are over 1.5 million single parents or fathers. I'm sorry. 1.5 million single fathers. And for the mothers, single mothers is 6.3 million. And I'm just not just talking about one demographic. I'm talking about all genres. I'm talking about all ethnic backgrounds. 6.3 million single mothers out there. That's a lot. And I think that equals up to about 19%, 20%, something like that. But I think this is a spite move on my behalf because, in my opinion, because I think that you don't want some of you don't want the fathers to be involved in the kid's life. We'll read on a little bit more. Any single mom complaining about your kid's father doesn't do anything for them, especially when the father is in a good financial position, you still feel the need to remove him just because you're jealous. You still feel the need to be, for lack of a better term, stubborn or just spiteful because he's not with you anymore. I thought the objective was the child. I really did. I thought the objective was the child. I'm going to read on. When the father's in good financial position and you're not, but some of you are, you can't say you're not. Some of you are just paycheck ridden, but want a paycheck, won't get out there and work for one, but you want a paycheck. I'm not saying all of you, so let's don't use that and say that that's how I feel, because I have a whole youth foundation that I look out and take care and sponsor children. So I'll read on a little bit. I want to know why a lot of you women are like this. And I want to know why you would rather see your child struggle. You would rather see your child struggle than to put them in a good position. Say, and I'm going to use an example. Say there are 4 kids or 5 kids in the household. Say 4 or 5 kids are in the household. And one father comes by and picks up his child. It's a multiple child background, multiple father background. One father comes by, picks up his child, and does good. It does good by him every week. Does good by him every week. Why are you not allowing him to, hey, look, man, I'm struggling. Is there any way you can take him off my hands for a year or two until I get back on my feet? You won't do that. A lot of you women don't do that. I just see like a lot of you just rather spite your kid and keep him in the struggle just because you're mad. Now let's go on a little further. This has a negative trickle-down effect on the children later on in life. When a lot of you, I'm not saying all of you, a lot of you use the kid as a pawn in a paycheck just to get your way. A lot of you use your kid as a pawn in a paycheck just to get your way sometime. I'm not saying all of you, so please don't start the misnarrative. So this starts to trickle down to the child starting to believe all the venom that you have pumped in them for years on years, thinking that the dad didn't want to be a part of the kid's life. I'll tell you who else did that. I don't know how many of you remember Dorothy Dandridge, the most beautiful woman that ever graced this planet. I don't know how many of you remember her, but that's the most beautiful woman that ever graced this planet. Her mother told her and her sister that their dad didn't want to be with them. And she struck up, left town with her, lack of a better term, her thespian lover. And they left town, and the father didn't even know they were gone. And he wanted his daughters, but the mother lied to the kids and said he just wanted to be with his mother. He didn't want us around. So a whole lot of men didn't stop searching for his daughters high and low. But by the time he got there, they were older. So that's what, you know, that's what this does. You start pumping this venom in these kids, and they start believing everything you say, telling people that the father was or did not want to be a part of your life when you know that's not true. You know it was not true in the first damn place. I'm sure that other demographics have this this struggle, but this is super common in the black households. It's super common in the black households in the black community. It just is. I'm sure you guys have your own struggles, but as a brother, we see this all the time. This illusion that they put on these kids is crazy. Like I said, I'm not here to bash women, but it's the ones that do this and pump this venom, this unnecessary venom in these children, bro. It's it's amazing that, you know, that the court systems allow this to continuously happen and not see it, because you and I both know that they're in it for the paycheck themselves. So I've seen kids, after this venom has been pumped in them, I've seen kids start being so disrespectful to the father, to the point to where, if I'm the father and I see kids be disrespectful like that, it's happened slightly to me, but you know, I don't stay around long enough for that to be a problem, because I've done everything I could as a father for all of my children. It's just not it's just not on the father all the time. I mean, I've seen kids be so disrespectful to their fathers for not being in their lives. It sickens me to death that, you know, they've had this way pumped in them like this. You mothers are responsible for this. There's no other person responsible for this. And I will say this. I will say this on some of the mothers' behalf. Brothers, you got to start picking better mamas, baby mamas. You got to start finding out who you lay down with, finding out everything about them before you get involved. It's just that simple. So that there, I will give that to the women. You guys have to start picking better. You guys have to start picking better. Grow up. It's just that simple. You guys just have to start picking better people to plant your seed in. I mean, you can't be out here just planting seeds and expect her not to have some kind of animosity about it. You can't expect that. If you do, you're a silly ninja. It's just that simple. You're a silly ninja. I've seen guys, multiple guys, plant seeds, you know, all over within 2 and 3 and 4 women, and wonder why he's on child support. You know, I mean, that's a different story. And once again, I will chalk that up to us having to pick better. You have to pick better. and you have to do better. Not just pick better, you have to do better. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think I will stop it there unless anybody wants to come up. I do call ins. Like I said, this is our first broadcast. This is our first live stream doing this. So, anybody have any questions or anything, just let us know. We'll be doing this. We're doing this 2 nights a week. We'll try to do this 2 nights a week, and hopefully we get some buzz. I think we should, because this touches the heart and soul of every man. So I want everybody to start inviting their male friends here who have been in this predicament, and let's have a conversation. Okay? Let's have a conversation about it, because I'm all ears, and I want the kids to call in too, because I would like for them to tell me the reason why they feel this way. You just blind hate and blind anger for no reason. Why is it on the dad to call you when you're disrespectful? That kind of takes away a guy's manhood when you do that. You know, I don't care what you say. What that kind of takes away from a man when he has to call a child that he birthed and brought in this world to make amends with them. That's not on the father. I'm sorry. That's not on the father. If he's done something wrong, yeah. If he's a deadbeat, yeah. But him having to apologize for something he did not do, I encourage you as a dad not to do that. I encourage you as a father not to ever do that, because that lessens you as a man. You know, that just lessens you as a man. um, that's going to be a subject later on. You know, I promise you that there's going to be a subject later on to where somebody has something to say about that, but I don't care, because this is how it should be. When have you ever seen dads in the 70s and in the 80s making a compromise to a child that they brought in this world? When have you ever seen that? I want to know, when have you ever seen that? It don't happen. It does not happen. Uh, Once again, we'll have more later on. I want you all to have a good night, and send your friends over. Bring your family and friends over. We can have a conversation. We do call-ins and everything. Have a great night.